Today I'm going to talk to you about Musselbound and why I chose to use it in this area of my tub surround.
Musselbound is a tile mat that you use instead of using mortar.
I have used Musselbound in the past to install backsplashes. This time I decided to use it in my tub surround because I did not have a lot of space around the tub area where I could work comfortably, and I felt like using thinset in this 1 foot space was going to be so much work. The nice thing about Musselbound is that it is a peel and stick type of material. So you paste it on the wall, you paste your tile on top of it, and it is not messy at all. I'm also going to talk to you about the pros and cons of Musselbound and why I chose not to use it in my shower.
Okay, let's talk about prep. I feel like it goes without saying, prep is key for any surface. Anytime you're going to do a project where you'll be putting something permanent on a wall, you got to make sure your surface is prepped well. You can actually use Musselbound directly over drywall, but for this project, I happen to use GoBoard, which is a waterproof tile backer, and in order for the Musselbound to adhere to GoBoard, you have to prime it first. I did 1 coat of primer over the whole area before adding the Musselbound. That is actually one of the things I really love about Musselbound. It's pretty easy to use, and in my opinion, it's the perfect material for someone who has never tiled before but is wanting to learn. Musselbound comes in a roll that covers about 15 square feet. It's literally like a double-sided tape. One side sticks to the wall, the other side is where you stick your tile on. I do recommend that you either draw a line as a guide, or like I did, you can use a laser level to line up the Musselbound on your wall. Now keep in mind that walls are never perfect, so you might need to make adjustments in corners, but the good news is Musselbound is really easy to cut. All you need is a sharp utility knife. Since this is like a giant double-sided tape, the direction you begin installing it doesn't really matter. What matters more is that you don't overlap it at the seams, because then it will bump out and really affect your tile installation. I typically start from the top down, kind of like installing wallpaper, but again, I had about a foot of space to work here, so I just placed the Musselbound in the direction it felt easier. I did place the tile mat on the wall, small sections at a time, and then once I finished a few rows, I used a grout flow or a trowel to apply pressure and make sure the mat was really stuck onto the wall. Once I had a Musselbound on all the areas that were going to be tiled, I moved on to install the tile. There's something I would like to mention here. As I was installing Musselbound on top of the GoBoard, I did notice areas where the tile mat didn't stick well, where there was a lot of GoBoard adhesive. So for example, over the screws. I actually read some comments from people saying that thinset wasn't adhering well to areas where there was a lot of sealant. I cannot confirm that because obviously I'm using Musselbound instead of thinset, but I just wanted to let you know, if you're planning on using GoBoard with Musselbound, keep that in mind. If I were to do this again, I would pay more attention to how much adhesive I was putting over the screws so there would be more contact with the tile mat, if that makes sense. My tiles were larger tiles, so for me it didn't really matter that much because I have plenty of surface area where the Musselbound is making contact with the GoBoard. I just want to make you aware of the fact that if you use too much adhesive, the Musselbound mat will not stick well to those areas. You don't want to do all this work and later have issues with the tile falling off the wall. By the way, these tile spacers I'm using, they come in the Musselbound package, so you don't need to buy separate ones. So moving on to the actual tile installation, here's one thing that I don't like about Musselbound. In general, walls are never straight, right? So they're never plumb. Sometimes the walls bump out, they dip, and unfortunately, tile does not bend. So this small wall has a significant dip. There were areas where my tile was not sitting flush against the wall because it just couldn't. For those areas, you can do one of two things. You can either address the issue before you install the Musselbound, which means you would have to add a layer of mud or a skim coat to get the wall as plumb as possible. Or you double or triple layer your Musselbound mat so the tile will make contact with the tile mat. I feel like it's one of those situations where you either cry now or you cry later, as in you either skim coat and suffer through that, or you spend more time and money on double layering the Musselbound on your tile so it sticks to the wall. Again, I had limited space here. I would have hated life trying to skim coat behind the tub faucet, so I chose to double layer the Musselbound. Something I haven't mentioned yet is whether Musselbound is forgiving if you make a mistake. As long as you don't press down the tile, you can move it. But once you press it down, if you mess up and need to reposition it, you're probably going to tear off the tile along with some of the tile mat. Sadly, that happened to me a couple times. As you can see, I went with a Schluter edge profile or a Schluter trim to finish off the edges of my tile. I'm not going to lie, This part of the installation was kind of a nightmare. The Schluter sits on top of a layer of Musselbound, and then your tile goes on top of that, which raises the edge piece a bit more than the tile next to it. So you definitely need to add an extra layer of Musselbound to those tiles on the edge so the tiles stick. I ended up stapling the Schluter trim to the wall over the Musselbound to give it a little extra support because I was afraid that eventually the weight of the grout and tile together could pull everything off the wall. In the end, I figured it out, but again, lots of trial and error. One of the things that's really important to remember is that the tile you install on Musselbound has to be clean and dry. If it's not, the tile will not stick to the Musselbound. So that means if you're using a wet saw, you need to make sure your tiles are completely dry after cutting them. You can use a blow dryer to dry the tiles, which is what I did, but it also depends on the type of tile you're using. Waiting a day for the tile to dry is probably the wiser move. And now it's time to grout. Here's a few tips. Wear gloves. Grouting is definitely a messy job and it's going to get all over the place. The grout I chose to go with on this project is the Mapei Flex Color CQ in the color Eggshell. It's a pre-mixed grout that's a little more expensive than dry grout you mix yourself, but convenience is what I was going for here, so for me it was worth the cost. And yes, even though grouting is messy, I think it is also so satisfying. Talk about a transformation. It's so fun to see a space coming together as you grout. That's another thing that I really love about working with Musselbound. Once your tiles are on that tile mat, you can grout right away. No need to wait for the tiles to set because they're already set. They're stuck on the Musselbound. So if you're working on a smaller space and you have the time, you can probably do everything the same day. You use the Musselbound to put the tile on the wall and then you grout. Easy peasy. In my opinion, that's the biggest advantage to using Musselbound, the time it is saving you. This project took me 2 days to do all the grouting because again, I could only move so much within a 1-foot space. Honestly, it felt like it took forever, but home takes time and I wasn't in a rush to get it done. Grouting is messy, so to make cleanup easier, I worked in small sections and laid down painter's tape on the floor right in front of the tile to catch all the grout that didn't quite make it on the wall. The last thing I did was caulk the edges and corners, which I didn't record because it's kind of boring to me, but that's how we got this done using Musselbound. So to summarize, here are the reasons why I love Musselbound. It's easy to use, especially if you're a homeowner trying to do your own projects. It skips the thin set, which makes it way less messy. You can do a tile project from start to finish pretty much in one day. And even though I didn't show this, you can actually use Musselbound over existing tile. Now here is what I don't love about Musselbound. Number one is the price point. It's a lot more expensive compared to traditional thin set. Number two, your walls must be even or else you will have a hard time sticking tiles to it. And last but not least, your tile has to be clean and dry for it to stick well. Overall, I actually think this is a great product for backsplashes and tiling around a tub, but I wouldn't use this product in a shower, especially as a beginner, for the reasons I just mentioned. But that's just me. I do love how my project turned out, even though yes, it's not perfect. If I had to do this again, I would definitely use a laser to line up my tiles better, and ideally would have removed the tub to give me more space to work. But each project teaches you something, and I like to remind myself that no one is an expert on day one. We all start somewhere.
I hope this video was helpful. All of the links to all of the things that I used for this project are linked in the description. If you have any questions about anything, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer your questions. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in watching this series, I do have a highlight where I am splitting up this bathroom remodel into different sections. So if you want to follow along with that, you can click up here. Again, thank you for watching. And as always, happy DIYing.